right. Good evening. We're just 2 minutes away from starting the show here. Actually, we're 1 minute away here. It's Billy Davidson here with down here in Key Largo. If you're listening out there in on the TikiManRadio.com. Thanks to Danny Lynn and hippie chick Heather for tuning us in with the radio station. And thanks everybody that's watching us here on Facebook and on YouTube. Our special guest tonight is Chris Bellamy, and the format of the show is normally I'll do the first half hour, then Chris will do an hour, and then we'll do a half an hour together. We also have a very special guest again this week. David Goodman's here. And we are just seconds away. You got that slate there ready there, Cindy D? That's Moose, if you guys can see the dog. It's Moose. You're not on that camera right now. Try that camera right there. Perfect. Go back. Right there. Perfect. All right, folks, it's 4:30, and this is our weekly Billy and Cindy D's Garden Party series. This is our very special guest tonight is Chris Bellamy. Take one. And good evening and good afternoon and all that stuff, guys. We're down here in sunny Florida Keys in Key Largo in our backyard, and we got a dog. We got a big dog, 70-pounder. Moose is here with us. Chris Bellamy's here, and David Goodman's on his way, and we're looking forward to having a good time tonight. Thanks for joining us here for the garden party. I thought I'd start off with a song by Bob Seger. Here you go. Seems like yesterday, but it was long ago. Janie was lovely, she was the queen of my nights. There in the darkness with her radio playing low. Secrets that we shared, mountains that we moved. Caught in a wildfire out of control, till there was nothing left to burn, there was nothing left to prove. I remember what she said to me, how she swore it'd never end. And I remember how she held me so tight. Wish you didn't know now what I didn't know then. Against the wind, we were running against the wind. We were young and strong, and we were running against the wind. And the years rolled slowly past. Found myself alone, surrounded by strangers who thought were my friends. Found myself further and further from my home. Yes, I lost my way. There were oh so many roads. I was living and running to live. Never worried about pain or how much I even owed. Moving 8 miles of minutes for months at a time. Breaking all the rules we get bent. I began to find myself searching for shelter again and again and again. Against the wind, little something against the wind. I found myself seeking shelter against the wind. believe in, what to leave out. It's the wind. I'm still running against the wind. I'm older now and I'm still running against the wind. Yes, I'm older now and I'm still running against the wind. Against the wind. Against the wind. Against the wind. I'm running against the wind. Running against the wind. Running on empty. Running blind. Running on empty. I'm still running blind. Let the cowboys ride. Ooh, let it ride. Yes, I'm old and I'm still running against the wind. Cheers, everybody, and welcome to the garden party. Glad to have you all here with us tonight. Fine evening here. All right, so got a song here by one of our favorite songwriters. Chris is a big fan, and so am I, of a man by the name of Kev Mo. This is one of his songs called The Itch. Oh, Heavenly Father up above, have mercy on me. After 7 long years of bad, bad love, I finally got free. I don't mean to seem ungrateful. You answer my prayer, Father, if you're able, don't let me do the same damn thing all over again. You get the fever, you get the itch, you forget about the mess you were in. You can forget about the money and the lawyers and the pain. Do the same damn thing all over again. Almighty Father, all great and good, you need to be in my shoes. You let me fall in love just like before. Now I'm stepping in a big pile of the blues. Now the honeymoon is over. Let's not pretend. I guess I never learned my lesson. I did the same damn thing all over again. You get the fever, you get the itch, you forget about the mess you were in. You forget about the money and the lawyers and the pain, and do the same damn thing all over again. Mother Mary and Father Joe, you need to be in my shoes. He had troubles just like mine. He's the chosen one. So if I ever get to heaven, will that be the end? Will I fall for some sweet angel and do the same damn thing all over again? You get the fever, you get the itch, you forget about the mess you were in, you forget about the money, lawyers and the pain, and do the same damn thing all over and over and over again. Get the fever, you get the itch, you forget about the mess you were in, you forget about the money and the lawyers and the pain, and do the same damn thing over again. Dave Goodman in the house. All right, thanks. Dave, tune up your guitar, man. Dave just came all the way from West Palm, right? Palm Beach Gardens, and he got stuck in serious traffic and just trying to get his ass down here. So he's here right now. We're going to put him up and play some songs here. Play a song or two there for us here before Chris gets his show here on the road. Yeah, but I could do this every week. I got to be doing it again tomorrow, actually. But I'm not very often do I get a chance to have you be here with us. So. For all you folks out there in radio land or in Facebook land or YouTube land, this is one of mine and Chris's dear friends, David Goodman. He was here last week. He did a little impromptu thing with my sister's show, and that was awesome. And David and I go back, God Almighty, we go back so far we're in front of ourselves. That's how far we go back. 30 years or plus, 30 plus years. So.
Yes, sir. They're still hunting up prehistoric bones from the times we met.
I guess I could sit here. Is there a plug for me or something?
Yeah, Chris, where's do you have just have him plug? Might as well just plug right into his rig there.
Oh, God, he's got all this stuff.
Yeah, there's a tuner there, so yeah. And while Dave's getting set up, I want to go over a couple things here too. For anybody that's listening for the first time. Once again, the show is called Billy and Cindy D's Garden Party Series. We started this a year ago. This is our second season. And in the very beginning, we started doing the shows for free. But as of recent now, we're starting to get some donations from people so that we can actually pay these musicians. And we are definitely paying Mr. Bellamy tonight. And we have enough for
Chris Bellamy.
We have enough for maybe 4 or 5 more artists here. We're trying to give them like a couple $100 if we can. But I got to give a shout out to Huey Beck, Bill and Maureen McDonough, and Billy and Chrissy, some of our donators. Thank you so much for doing that. Please donate. As you can see, if you're watching the video, on the very bottom there's a donation. You can use Cash App, you can use Venmo, PayPal. You can send it to me. I don't care however you do it. Please send us money. The proceeds goes to our fantastic musicians that we have here.
Yes, you can send it to my personal address, and I promise I'll give it to Chris Bellamy. I promise.
And I also want to mention that we are doing a double duty this week. We have Scott Youngberg that'll be here tomorrow night doing the same show at 4:30, so keep that in mind. And without further ado,
You can play this one with me.
if you want, sure.
Yeah, that's it. Oh man, yeah. So traffic was backed up, but I thought I'd take the Cardstown Bridge mistake. Because once you get to US 1, it took 45 minutes to go about half a mile. But I'm here, and it's great to be with you. And you guys are gonna love Chris Bellamy. He's my favorite musicians and songwriters, guitar players, and everything. People. Pretty cosmic sound there, Chris. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Find a lady with 2 or 3 kids, sit down by her side. Right till the sun goes up and down around about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat. Try to hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Where the people say y'all sing a song with a friend like Billy, change the shape that I'm in. Back in the game, I'll start playing again. I'd like to stay, might have to go start over again. Take that verse. I'd go back down to Texas, to some places I've never been. In the morning, go out and I don't have to go home. Get used to being alone. Change the words of this song. Start singing again and singing again. Another one, Billy. I'm tired of running around looking for answers to questions I already know. I could build me a castle of memories just to have somewhere to go. Count the days and the nights it takes to get back in the saddle again. I feed these pigeons some clay, turn the night into day. I start talking again when I know what to say. I think I can remember. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Find that lady, 2 or 3 kids, I sit down by her side. Right till the sun come up and down round about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat, Try to hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Yeah, the people say y'all feed the pigeons some play. Turn the night into day. Start talking again when I know what to say. All right, we managed that. Hey, I just showed up, no warm up, and it's a pretty cosmic sound you got on this guitar here. Wow. I could go a little more natural, I think, maybe. I could get used to it, but then all right. I can live with that. All right, Billy, what do you want to try? You want to try Treasure?
Feed me the words. you sing it and I'll do the harmonies.
All right, you play it, I'll sing it.
So as we're getting tuned back up, you're getting in tune here. Don't want to leave any dead air because I know that we're also on a radio station right now. And,
we are.
We are, and I want to.
We're live.
Once again, I want to thank Danny Lynn and the hippie chick Heather for putting us on Tiki Man Radio right now. For all the folks out there, we want to say hello. This is Billy Davidson with my good buddy David Goodman, and we're just kind of warming up for our special guest tonight, Mr. Chris Bellamy is here in the house to do some of his wonderful songs.
Yeah, Chris is awesome. He's got some great songs. And, it's I came right off the road and Billy said, come out and do something. So that was cracking in my voice. You're on the radio, you're going, who is this guy?
I think on your worst night, you're way cut above most singers that I can think of. So
here's an old song of mine from 1990 that I wrote my first week at the Hog's Breath Saloon back in June of 90.
Yeah, this song, and there was another one he wrote called Diamonds in the Sand. When I went to the Hog's Breath for the very first time, and this guy was up on stage, and I think there was maybe 5 people in the audience. Nobody was there. It was an afternoon gig.
Yeah, I was a heavy draw.
And I saw him and went, holy crap, I got to meet this guy. This guy is just an amazing songwriter. So, it's been all these years now. It's crazy.
Yeah, you guys did a beautiful recording of this. And you did Diamonds in the Sand, which is very odd. Maybe we'll have to do that.
Did you think It Would Be Easy was another one?
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll do those. Okay, so Treasure in Paradise, inspired by Mel Fisher getting up and singing Drunk with me before I knew who he was. And then watching the sun go down from Mallory Square, first time ever, and we saw 3,000 of us saw the green flash. And I thought, wow, I can't believe I am here in Key West. Rainbow around the moon, nor'wester blowing, ocean spray, mist in our eyes. Anchor lines are in the sheets on mast, and the sounds of sailors' ghosts blow past. Watching that horizon flash with thin green line. Still astounds me, tides have brought us here, where yesterdays fade with seagulls' cries like wet weather. There's treasures buried everywhere, some of them we find out there, baby, I found my treasure in your eyes. Treasure in paradise. Lost so long ago in the eye of a hurricane. When the mind just goes insane. Dive straight down to your heart. Story's much the same. Running from the running to shipwrecked, washed up on this island shore. Kiowa, toast to our new lives. Baby, here's the last goodbyes. Hold me like you never done before. Treasure in paradise. Lost so long ago in the eye of a hurricane. When the mind just goes insane. Dive straight down your heart.
Show off.
Sweet Billy. Rainbows round the moon, no west of blowing. Had to get you here to get to you. This is what I tried to say. Baby, this is why I ran away. And this is what I wanna take you to. Wanna take you to treasure in paradise. Lost so long ago in the eye of a hurricane. When the mind just goes insane. Treasure in paradise. Lost so long ago in the eye of a hurricane. And the mind just goes insane. Dive straight down to your heart. Dive straight down to your heart.
Yeah, that's David Goodman right there, and it's 5 o'clock, so we're going to bring our special guest up here. Chris Bellamy's coming up right now, and as he's making his way to the stage, I'm going to do a little more announcements here.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you. I can't wait to hear you, Chris. So good to see you, brother.
So I have a slew of some great artists that are going to be here for the next couple months. I do the show on Mondays or Tuesdays or both, which we are doing this week. So tomorrow night we're going to have Scott Youngberg. He'll be here doing his show. The shows are Mondays and Tuesdays, 4:30 to 6:30. It's usually an hour before and an hour after sunset. So once the time changes, then our times will change too. But right now it's 4:30 to 6:30, just a 2-hour show. Alice Caldwell, Joshua Stedman, David Goodman's going to be here with his fiddle player, Patty King, incredible fiddle player. Going to be a great show. Got to make sure you check that out. Vic Kingsley, Micah, Leah Suter, Rob Peck, Luke Summerglen, Denny Blue, Lori Jennings, Dana Keller, Terry Cassidy, Robin Fear, Rosenthorn featuring Danny and Karen Holmes, Mark Macri, Scott Meyer, Jeffrey James Harris, Steve Vanini, Kevin Hurley, Derek Cintron, and finally our last show of the year will be in late April, and that's Erickson Holt. Erickson he's a genius on the piano. He does the New Orleans Professor Longhair, Dr. John style of boogie woogie piano. He's just an amazing songwriter, great record, great album, and you got to check all those wonderful artists that we have over the next couple of months. And I want to also have to mention that we are, the first season that we did this, we had over 25 artists that came and played, and they played for free. And so this year, I'm really pushing to try to get people to donate so we can pay these guys each week. And we've done pretty well. And give a shout out again to Huey Beck from Germany, all the way from Germany, gave us a nice donation. Bill and Maureen McDonough and Billy and Chrissy. Those are just the starters. We need money, folks, because these guys deserve to be paid. Goodman just came down from 3 hours ago. These guys live hours away too, and they're coming down here and they're doing the show, for peanuts. So please send that money. You can see on the bottom of the screen if you're watching. If you're on the radio, you'll just have to check me out. Go to billydavidson.com, find out where you can donate. But if you're watching the show now, you can see along the bottom there's a donation page. It has Cash App and Venmo and PayPal, all that good stuff. So please donate. All the money goes to the proceeds to these guys. Do whatever you like, brother.
Sweet. So
I'm trying to remember the first time I met this man. I believe it probably was at the Lorelei. I'm guessing.
most likely.
And I had a steady gig with Paul Case, and we started it back in 1990, and we were we were having some good times for the other those beginning years were pretty wild and crazy, and they continued for quite a while. And then Chris kind of showed up one day, and he became fast friends with us. And then on occasion, I would stop up at his place. He used to live in Wilmington, North Carolina. Since moved, now he's in Sebastian, right?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Janet.
Yeah, and so I've known this character for quite a number of years, and I've always been a big fan, and I love his songwriting, I love his singing, and he's a great human being as well too. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Chris Bellamy.
Hey, thank you, folks. Man, I don't know how I'm going to handle all this wonderfulness y'all throw in my way. Thank you very much, Dave. That was quite a compliment. And Billy and Cindy, and it's like Hotel California. We're never leaving. So we've been down here for several days. My other job is I'm a part-time fishing guide. Take people fishing and write about it. And years ago, down here at Sandy Moret's fly fishing school at Florida Keys Outfitters, and man, I got to learn to fly cast for Flip Pallet and Chico Fernandez, and love those guys still. We don't get to hear from each other as much, but we're still in touch. Fishing out back here to the west, Florida Bay. There's a lot of great places, and that inspired this song called "The Cast." It's off my Oyster Man album, and it was recorded in '08. Well, you step up on the deck in the early morning mist. Pray, love, believe that you won't miss. You step out some light, practiced 1,000 times. But God says dead ahead, moving to the left. You see a tail fin swirl, nothing matters in the world but the perfect presentation of the fly. So you left your right tip, you pulled back and flip, and watch that perfect loop as it unfurls. The cast, the strike, the swirl. The cast, the strike, the rub. Well, the Gotti starts to pull, headed for a hole just beyond the wheel cut in the grass. Man, he's taking line. You better get him while there's time before them sharks and kudas start to show. Keep that fly rod bent, and pretty soon he might be spent. We'll have him to the boat and make our day. The cast, the strike, the run. The cast, the strike, the run. Dark waters of the glades, an endless mangrove maze, passages that I see on the Maine. Take you back in time, where no white man can find, passage to the islands and the glades. The cast, the strike, the run. The cast, the strike, the run. Well, you step up on the deck in the early morning mist, praying up to ye that you won't miss. You strip out some light, practiced 1,000 times. The God says dead ahead, moving to the left. You see a tail fin swirl, nothing matters in the world but the perfect presentation of the fly. You lift your right tip, you pull back and flip, and watch that perfect loop as it unfurls. The cast, the start, the run. The cast, the strike, the run. I tell you what, one of my, thank y'all very much. And thanks to Danny Lynn and Heather and Tiki Man Radio. They're playing us tonight, and all you folks out there in Facebook land and on YouTube. Really appreciate it, and it's just great to be here with friends. And it's been weather has been perfect for days. If I'd brought my boat, it'd blow 20 out of the northeast. I promise you. They could, I could probably strike a deal with these local guides not to ever bring my boat back to the Keys, and the weather would stay just like this. Same in Hatteras. Let me get tuned up real quick. Now I got one. Years, like Billy said, we met a while back. And I guess it was 89, 90, something like that. And there was no internet, really. When we got together, you had to come down here, and you had to meet a man named John Malotny. And he had to like you. Yes, sir. I hope John and Ron are possibly catching this, because they mean a lot to all of us. And so Billy and Paul introduced me to John back in the houseboat behind the Lorelei. We all became friends. And this next song was inspired by that very happening. It's called Island Information. There's nothing really about that exact theme, but the feeling, the sunsets around here, and the friendships and all the stuff. That's what this one is about. Island information. I'm in this situation. I have drifted far away from you. I wonder if you can still get me back in time to watch sunset. Maybe even have a drink or two. These winter winds have got me down. I'm tired of walking around on frozen ground. I want to go somewhere my skin turns brown. Somewhere around the equator, where tropical navigators sail around by the light of the full moon. Winter winds have got me down. I'm tired of walking around on frozen ground. I want to go somewhere my skin turns brown. Somewhere around the equator, where those tropical navigators sail around by the light of the full moon. These winter winds have got me down. I'm tired of walking around on frozen ground. I want to go somewhere my skin turns brown, somewhere around the equator, where those tropical navigators sail around by the light of the full moon. So island information, please give me confirmation there won't be any need for no round trip fare. I'm not ever gonna leave once I get there. Hopped on a boat and I'm out of here. Thank you so much. And it's, you know, it's just how songs are born, the environment, the people you hang out with, and becomes friends with, and all that. Let's see, I gotta have a little sip here real quick. This is some beer, I don't know who made it. So yeah, man. It's a great thing that Billy and Cindy have come up with. And there's Moose back there walking around, hanging out with us. Fishing off Hatteras years ago, it was one of those nasty days in the ocean, and my friend Captain Randy Turner, he come on to VHF and he said, "I am over it." And it was a kind of a whiplash day up in the bridge, and wind was blowing, fish are biting, but you know, there's just so much you can stand when you're 50-some years old, been running a boat all your life. And now here I am, 66, and I'm 2 inches shorter than I was when I was 20 because I spent a good portion of that time running offshore on a little boat. Hammers you down. It's a much easier occupation. So Randy said, "I'm over it." That's all he said. And I thought, I can make something out of that. And this is what is called Point of View. I had number one off this in 2016 under the guidance of Mr. Gary Bradshaw and Larry Simpson. I cannot ever give them enough credit there. They're both gone now. COVID got those guys. But Gary owned Cashbox in Nashville, a big chart service, and Larry Simpson on TBN in Texas Broadcasting Network, which funded Silver Buckle Records. And that's how he kept the whole thing going. So here is the song. Over you, over me. I took a vacation down by the sea. Thought we were meant to be, but then you set me free. So I came down here to get in touch with me. Down in the warm trade winds, where everybody's friends. And they say, hey man, don't let life get you down. Down where the locals say, tomorrow's another day. The longer I'm here, the more I want to stay. And it's just a blue kind of daydream. Down here by this old Gulf Stream, just like the wind, you blew me away. Just like a cold front that came through, the weather changed and so did you. So I came down here for a different point of view. So I'll sit here down by the pier with my umbrella and all my fishing gear. My favorite rod will give a nod, telling me there's other fish out in the sea. And it's just a blue kind of daydream down here by this old Gulf Stream. And I don't know what came over me. Once in a while, I still think about how we tried to work things out. Sometimes I wonder what became of you. And it's just a blue kind of daydream down here by this old Gulf Stream. And I don't know what came over me. Once in a while, I still think about how we tried to work things out. Sometimes I wonder what became of you. And sometimes I think I see your point of view. Over me. Over you. Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much, man. Then there's others, you know. There's old Mr. Moose. Thank you, Billy. One of the biggest songs that I ever had as an independent was a tune called Life in a Beach Town. I rode on the ferry going from Cedar Island to Ocracoke. Some say I live in a daydream, chasing those moonbeams, living well beyond my means, wearing my blue jeans, my hat and my flip-flops. Nobody makes a suit and tie for me. Now, I like to sleep late No getting up at daybreak. I like to roll over about 8:15. Listen to the phone ring. Sometimes I'm not answering. Sometimes it's just another phone. Deja vu. I live in a beach town. The ocean's all around. It's kind of like how I thought it would be. Try not to worry or be in a hurry. Trying to figure out what I want to be. I live in the beach town, yeah, it's better than downtown. There's lots of people around here just like me. We got boats in the ocean, suntans and lotions, all the sort of things that people want to see. Oh, life in a beach town, it's kind of like a Keys town. And it's kind of like I thought that it should be. I'm trying not to worry or be in a hurry. Trying to figure out what I want to be. There's lots of people around here just like me, trying to figure out what they want to be. Life in a beach town, life in a beach town. Life in a beach town. Thank y'all. Thank you. Wow, that's a trick, man. You know, it's a hard question. A lot of, yeah. And I must say, during COVID, I had gotten really sick with a stomach bug, so to speak, and I wasn't COVID related, but I took jazz lessons from a gentleman named Roger Davis, who has played in orchestras and everything, and he lives in Wilmington. And Dave and Billy have always known that I've done this style of music, but he sharpened me up a lot, and so a lot of this little nuances comes from a kind of a bossa nova jazz type background. Danny Lynn and Heather over at Tiki Man Radio, they call it coastal Americana because a lot of my theme is not trop rock. Yeah, no, we're a coastal Americana / jazz based, bossa nova kind of thing, and try selling that to a record label. And they go, what? Oh, man. And I have songs that address that market for sure, and have had a little success with them, but this is where my heart is, and that's what I like to do. In 1995, I'll jump back a little bit. I was down in Cabo San Lucas. I had gone through a divorce, and I was just like needing a change. And so I bought this old beat-up guitar and $100 Fender Squire and a microphone. I think it was a Colrad something or another from Radio Shack. Put it in a bag and went down to Mexico. And there was not much. In 1995, cowboy was nothing like it is now. If you go into Alabama Jacks, the only place I've seen any reference to the Giggling Marlin when I was working is I got a flag in there that says Giggling Marlin Cabo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so I wrote this song called "The Southern Coast of Mexico," and then I had to leave because I was having way too much fun. Let me check my tuning real quick. But yeah, it was a grand old time. I was an American making $100 a night in Mexico in 1995. And I didn't know it, but that was a lot of money down there. And I don't make a whole lot more than that now. but I'm not in Mexico either. Let's see. All right, we're on this air. This is studied Jose Feliciano a lot, and I was fortunate enough to go to the governor's School of the Arts in North Carolina for 6 summers, which gave me like an associate's degree, and it's a study with Charlie Bird for a little while, and that's where a lot of this comes from. Thank you, my friend. Well, I got to say, Mike Nunley, wherever you are, I sent him texts and links and everything. I hope he's watching. Mike Nunley is a luthier that builds, the name of his website is Nunley Fine Arts Top Instruments, and he builds hand-carved guitars, dobros. Mandolin are his claim to fame, and he's brilliant, and he's a wood nut. So every piece of this guitar is hand-picked. And I'm after him now to build me a maple one, just like On the southern coast of Mexico, there's a little town I know, where I go from time to time to ease my mind, where the water and the sky is clear. One day I know she'll find me here. One day I know we'll dance away the night. It happened not too long ago on the trail outside of El Paso. The sun was slowly setting in the west. I saw a silhouette of her in the evening's dance of light that stirred the way I haven't felt in many years. Do you know where to find her? Or she left me here behind her. It wasn't meant to be this way. Don't know why she couldn't stay. It wasn't love so hard to find. Truly it was one of a kind, with a passion of 1,000 hungry souls. A prisoner held in ecstasy by a woman who could only be someone I had known in another time. Oh, do you know where to find her? Oh, she left me here behind her. wasn't meant to be this way. Don't know why she couldn't stay. Do you know where to find her? Oh, she left me here behind her. It wasn't meant to be this way. Don't know why she couldn't stay on the southern coast of Mexico. There's a little town I know where the water is always blue, where the water and the sky is clear. One day I know she'll find me here. One day I know we'll dance away the night. One day I know we'll dance away the night. One day I know we'll dance away the night. Thank you. Oh, God bless y'all. Thank you very much. Come on, Dave. You up? You feel like it? You finish your salad and eat. Now, you know, yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Dave Goodman, folks. Big hand, please. He is one giant of a musician. I love him.
I need a big foot right in the butt, right?
He'd be all right,
Man
man.
is absolutely amazing, isn't he? It's just, what beautiful stuff.
Wow. Dave and I did a thing down in a gallery. What's the name of that place?
The Brew House Gallery.
Brew House Gallery. And
Anything Sunday night?
no, I'm not.
Patty and I are there. And
We
line of 30 years is going to 40, 50 years is going to be there, and we're going to have a good night. So
we love it. What time is that?
Oh, it's always around.
Yeah, we just very well may show up.
Oh, I got to get in real tuning. That's easy. Billy, what great, man. Yeah, I feel like an idiot. You know, you guys got these pedals with all. It's all right. I just want you,
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we've seen your rig. I have no digital mixer.
I gotta have that with for my electric guitar. That's why I have all that shit there. Probably wouldn't need a damn thing if it was just acoustic.
Okay, I don't know what I did with my picks. What key we going to be in there, Master?
Go standard. This is some kind of a E type thing.
We're going to do that.
Yeah, on the Carolina coast.
I'll let you play it for a little bit until I
Okay.
figure out what's going on.
You want delay, just hit that button right there. If you need more volume, hit that one. That's volume for like a boost.
Okay.
That's delay.
Okay.
Just tap it.
Is this complicated?
No,
I think I played with it.
it's an old simple thing.
I'll let you play for a little bit.
As Dave mentioned, he was so fortunate to meet Mel Fisher. You know, I never got to do that. And but I met several people in your neck of the woods that have. And this song, Carolina Coast is the graveyard of Atlantic. And there's a bunch of wrecks up there. And there's treasure. Blackbeard hid out at behind Ocracoke. And he lived at Bath when he got out of pirating for a while till he ran out of money. He went back to pirating and wound up dying back there in a battle with Captain Maynard from the Navy. And And so Ocracoke is quite a little spot, and it still is. So I spent some time playing out at Howard's Pub and little bars and grills and stuff out there back in the day. And this is a song about that area, but it's so much like where we live in Sebastian. They got the Indian River Lagoon, and then that's a big body of water, and then you got the beach, and then there's the ocean, and of course Mel Fisher's found $440 million worth of gold and silver up there, and it's all the way down to the Tortugas. Yeah. I mean, so we have a lot in common, North Carolina and this part of Florida. Yeah. So I'll play you a song about it. On the Carolina coast, there's a place I often go, where I feel inside the peace of the wind and the tide. At night the stars shine bright, far away from city lights, and I can feel the ocean in my soul. Sometimes things get so complicated, well, I can get so frustrated when the pieces of the puzzle won't fit. Sometimes it makes me want to quit, but then I feel the ocean in my soul. Well, it's just a day away, a place where dolphins play, a place where Spanish ponies still abound. Ferry across the sound, over to that Ocracoke town. The island and the ocean wait for me. Come on, Dave. Well, it's just a day away, yeah, man. A place where dolphins play, a place the Spanish ponies still abound. Ferry across the sound, over to that island town where the magic of the ocean waits for me. So on the Carolina coast, there's a place I often go. I feel inside the peace of the wind and the tide. Well, it's just a short boat ride over to the other side. An island where pirates used to hide. Mr. Goodman. on the Carolina coast, there's a place I often go, where I feel inside the peace of the wind and the tide. Well, it's just a short boat ride over to the other side, and I would, the pirates used to hide. But sometimes we've all got a little pirate left inside. So I'll go sailing on a full moon's evening tide. Wow. I need to put my guitar down. Bruce. Oh, man, Mark Macri. And Bruce, what's Bruce's last name? Second week. Thank you, guys. Y'all are.
I have to tell Mark something. The guy yesterday where I was playing had a T-shirt, "Embrace the Suck." I wanted to find that T-shirt. Oh my God! Where did that come from? I don't know. It was great. I thought of you. All right. Embrace the Suck. Must have been one of Macri's. Must have been one of his shirts. Had to be.
You want to do Meet Me in Miami real quick?
Yeah.
You want to?
I'll try.
Yeah, you know it. You did it. We did it before. Yeah, I know Frank. Yeah. Hey, Frank, thank you so much.
Laura Balding Vendors is watching.
Yeah, we know her. Yep, absolutely.
Shout out over let her know we got her here. We got a special thing after this song too. Cindy's gonna do a little interview with you.
Ah, wow, cool.
I should probably sit over here so I can see.
I'll try to turn towards you a little bit. The next song is a tune called "Meet Me in Miami," and so actually, as a being a guitar picker and gone all the time, one thing and another, it's tough to date a guitar picker, and Janet and I had been living together for a while. We had a little issue, and in order to, I found out she was going on a cruise without me. Had been apart for about 6 months, and I go, huh. And I was down here working, so I called her. I said, "Won't you meet me in Miami?" And she said, "Well, all right." And she had her friends with her, which I was not, they were not terribly impressed with me at the moment. But we all went to dinner, and I put her on that cruise ship the next morning, and I went to Alabama Jack's. I said, "Well, I'm just going to drink me some cold beers and go see Fradley, and I'm not going to worry about it. It'll be all right." Well, I could not do it. Good God. I was sitting there at Alabama Jack's, and I was drinking a beer, and these people were pulling up in their boats with their girlfriends, their kids, and it was a beautiful day, and I was talking to her on the phone, on cell phone, and there's really poor cell service on cruise ships, and so she was getting over the curve of the earth, and it was crackling and popping, and I was going, well, and about that time she walks out on the fantail and goes, "Oh man, there's this killer party out there. You'd hate it." Click. Shit. So, anyway, I wrote this song called "Meet Me in Miami," and yeah.
Fritters and Fradley didn't work.
No. I went back home to Fellsmere, which we were calling home at that time. Got in there, but spent about 3 days out in the marsh, hanging out and thinking and praying and you name it, man, trying to get my act together. And got her a ring. There's a whole other story about the ring and a man named Escobar. But true story. well, you played this before. All right. Well, all right. You'll find it.
If I can't help it, I'll leave.
No, you'll be good. You'll be all right. And here we go. It's kind of very Ray Charles-ish. I missed you since the last time that I'd seen you. Your blue eyes, hoping you still cared. It felt so good to finally put my arms around you and hold you in the warm Miami air. It was all that I could do to keep it together, not break down in front of everybody there. In my heart, I knew that I was lucky to run my fingers through your curly hair. So meet me in Miami, if only for one night, before you sail away to somewhere right out in my life. Meet me in Miami, and everything'll be all right. Meet me in Miami, come be with me tonight. I tried to go and see my friends down in Key Largo, drink a beer, sit there and pretend that I wasn't gonna miss you, but I couldn't do it in the end. The farther off you sailed, the deeper my heart sank. I couldn't finish the beer I tried to drink. My heart hurt, thinking you were gone forever, and I was standing on the brink. So meet me in Miami, if only for one night, before you sail away to somewhere a long ways out of sight. Meet me in Miami, and everything'll be all right. Meet me in Miami, come be with me tonight. Meet me in Miami, everything'll be all right, before you sail away to somewhere right out of my life. Meet me in Miami, and everything'll be all right. Meet me in Miami, hold my heart for life. Meet me in Miami, meet me in Miami. You doing great, man. That's sweet. Yeah. Mr. Dave Goodman. Meet me in Miami.
Chris Bellamy, what a great writer.
Thank you, brother. Man, appreciate that.
Check. So we've been talking about this for a couple months, the wife and I, and we thought it would be kind of cool to do just a mini little interview with each of our artists, just to ask a few questions. And Cindy was, come on up, Cindy. And she's kind enough to she spent a little time trying to figure out some of the questions to ask. I don't know if you guys ever watched, what was the show we were talking about? The Actor Studio with James Lipton. Remember, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but it's one of our favorite. It was until he passed. But he always had the great questions. It was the same questions, but it was always, you never knew what was going to happen. So, in any case, my wife Cindy D here is going to ask you a few questions. So get ready.
Right, cool. I love to talk.
Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, these are very easy 5 questions for you. Mountains, beach, or city?
Mountain speech or city?
Mountains, beach, or city? I know, some of these are like, kind of know the answer.
Speech.
Beach.
What?
Beach.
Oh, beach. Yeah, beach. Absolutely. yeah, because I'm thinking Spanish.
That conversation.
We've had that.
Okay. All right, how about this? Who would you like to tour with?
Oh, man. Tommy Emmanuel.
Oh, just saw him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, when and who was your first concert?
Well, the first concert that I went to was called a country shindig, and my granddad, my dad, and I, and my Uncle Charles, and several people that worked in the garage. We were in the transmission business. I was like 5. It was country music shindig, Porter Wagner, Dolly Parton, Baron Young, all that, and many others, Jack Green and the Jolly Green Giants, and on and on and on. And there were like 10 of them in the Dorton Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina, at the fairgrounds. And all these people were very approachable. Johnny Cash. I mean, they were all there.
Wow.
And this was an ongoing tour that came to town about every 6 months. And there was always someone new. And I remember I loved Charlie Pride the first time I ever heard him. And there was no TV. There was no MTV. Nobody knew what anybody looked like. And and here we are, a bunch of white people, and they start playing the Crystal Chandelier. Remember that song? Huge hit. And Country Charlie Pride. And he come running out there on that stage with that guitar and went into that song, and it went total silent. And then all of a sudden they exploded, man. They loved the guy. And Charlie Pride was amazing, and that was just one of the many instances that I hung out with my my older folks that I loved, and they're all dead now. But so I don't know if Charlie's still alive or
You
not.
were young.
I was a little boy, man.
Little boy.
I was a teenager. I was probably maybe 7.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I started playing when I was 5, learning to play. By the time I was 7, if I was going to hang out with my daddy and my granddaddy on Sunday, Daddy played guitar and pretty good at it, and Granddad played pedal steel and guitar. So they had this jam every Sunday, and Jimmy Massey and other people would come over. And I figured if I was going to hang out with my dad and my granddad and his friends, I had to learn how to play G, C, and D to begin with, and then I did, and then it went on from there, and here we are today. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. I know this is a radio thing, but what is your favorite curse word?
Can't say that.
Okay. Family show. All right, we'll let that one go. Okay, so this was his famous interview question. Okay, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Come on.
All right. Okay, that's it. Just 5. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All not really. If he says
Thank
that.
you, Cindy D. That was awesome, and yeah, looking forward to doing more of those interviews now with our people. Maybe we'll get it up to 10 questions eventually. But yeah, so here we are at 6 o'clock, and we were going to do some songs together. I didn't do much homework, I have to admit, but you just throw anything at me, and I got it. I got you.
I know. Yeah, totally. Janet, you grab me find me one of them blue cans somewhere. No?
And before we go any further, once again, I have to do this because this is a show that requires people's donations. I really am trying to be able to receive enough donations where I can actually pay these guys. This is the second year that we did it. Last year, we had all these guys come from all over. I mean, we have people from England that came, and Germany, and all points everywhere, and they did it for free, which was awesome. And they said, well, we'll do it again for free, but it's like, no, I've got to pay you guys. So I really need you guys out there, if you're listening or watching or listening, on the radio, that we just need you guys to donate. And there's if you're watching it right now, you can see on the bottom there's a donation page. It's for Cash App and Venmo and PayPal and the other things there. So please donate money. We've had a couple donators already, Huey Beck and Bill and Maureen McDonough, Billy and Chrissy. And keep sending us money so we can pay these guys to do this, and we could turn this into a really terrific thing over the next couple of years if we have your help. All right, and
We got Tiki Man on board tonight too on the radio. They were live on TikiManRadio.com.
Yes, very sweet.
That's Danny and hippie chick Miss Heather. So
Last but not least, tomorrow we have our buddy, local musician Scott Youngberg will be here tomorrow. So make sure you come back and visit us again tomorrow at 4:30. I'm going to grab my guitar.
get your guitar. We're going to talk about that, and Cindy, that what God said at the pearly gates. I got a song kind of that addresses something to do with that.
There you go.
It's called The Dream. I left the music business let me see, when was it? It was, I sold my shop in 92. Country music lost something like 600 radio stations to the 80s pop music, and it was just not well, and didn't really start gaining momentum until Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Travis Tritt, and all that crowd came along in the 90s, and I met this guy named Catesby Jones, who wrote I'm a Member of the Country Club, and a whole bunch of other stuff, Trisha Yearwood, and on and on and on. Cates is a great writer, and we wrote this tune he wrote Bubbified, which was my biggest number one, but we're not going to play that right now, but I'm just telling you a little history. I had this garage, and we worked on cars, we did transmission brakes, and I decided, I started playing local gigs and cut a couple of records, and they did all right, and retail was good back then. There was no digital downloads. So we still made money on our products. And I decided, I was putting a shop up for sale, and I sold it to a gentleman named Lane Bullard, who was a service writer up at B.F. Goodrich. He qualified. And he just finally, he died a year or two back. His son ran it, and I had 6 Bellamy transmissions. And they finally closed the last one a couple of years ago. The guy's legitimate retired. Now here I am still working. but I'm happy, very happy. And so Granddad was my biggest supporter, Howard Bellamy. And he told me, he said, man, you got to do what you love and love what you do. That was his quote. And so I had this dream, a very poignant dream, 2 times in 1 week. And I was wrestling with this decision. It was a big dang going to see. I was 35 years old by now. And one of my best friends, Rob Tennille, I was putting a new motor in my K5 Blazer because I didn't want any payments because I knew I was going into the music business. And I put a motor in the truck and fixed it all up and got it roadworthy. And he said, you sure? You're pretty good on the guitar, but you sure you want to do this? I said, well, man, I can always open another shop. I'm going to give it 10 years. Well, that was in 1992. And here we are tonight, and so this is a tune that has got a Chet lick in it. I've studied Chet. I never studied with Chet, but I studied a lot of Chet. and Jerry Reed, stuff like that. We might do Bubbified right there at the end. This is off of the Beach Town album. It's just slightly, I've changed it a little bit since the record, but it goes like this. Well, I had that dream again last night. It was the second time this week. We were standing by the pickup truck parked down by the creek. I like being in a movie, watching from afar. There's always someone watching up there among the stars. I saw that silver hair, and I smelled his old cologne. When he turned and smiled at me, it felt like I'd gone home. He said, I listen to every word you wrote, and I sing the way you play. And I tell you, from a different world, your music's here to stay. So you just keep being who you are, don't matter what they say. This little odd, 'cause I'm here with God, and we're watching every day. Grandpa always told me not to mind what people say. Just sing your songs and you be kind, and they'll come watch you play. Remember trying to thank the man upstairs every day. If you don't, you know you'll have the devil to pay. Well, I woke up in a cold sweat, tried to go right back to sleep. So I could dream some more and he could tell me when it was time to take that leap. But nowhere in the darkness could I find him there again. He had gone back to the river where the saints go marching in. Grandpa always told me not to mind what people say. Just sing your songs and you be kind, and they'll come watch you play. Remember trying to thank the man upstairs every day. If you don't, you know you'll have the devil to pay. All right, Miss Billy. I had that dream again last night. It was the second time this week. We were standing by the pickup truck, parked down by the creek, like being in a movie, watching from afar. There's always someone watching up there among the stars. Thank you. Billy's on it, man. But that's exactly how it went. You know, and the shop sold, and I've been playing guitar ever since, writing songs, and met Billy and Paul and Dave and Chris Clifton and on and on and on, and everybody, Bobby Russell, everybody has helped me be a better player, and I hope I've helped y'all. You know, too. You know,
It's all osmosis. We steal everything from each other. Yeah. I've stole every lick that Goodman ever played. Every lick you ever did. Get
I
me?
tell you, man. Exactly.
I'm shameless. I don't care.
So, man, well,
If
whoever
it's good, I'm taking it.
we're gonna all, whoever makes the most money gets to support us all when we're old.
There you go. There's a really happy dog right there. Daddy just showed up with Moose.
Hey, Moose. Let's see. All right. What we got? How much time we got left? What are we looking at? Got about 15 minutes, so there's something like that.
Yeah, we have to do garden party, so we'll keep that in mind. And Goodman, you're gonna come up and help us do garden party at the end, the very last song, if you don't mind.
Mr. Larry Simpson was the label head at Silver Buckle Records at Fort Worth, and he was iron-willed, ruled with a fist, and he would bore into my butt about lyric content and time, and we would have some pretty good vocal fights, about the lyrics. Yeah,
Discussions.
Yeah, discussions. Yeah. But he knew what he was talking about, man. He was so far ahead of me. And he made this song number one for 5 weeks in 2017. It's called Rearview Mirror. And it started out as a country song, and then kind of made it over. It wiggled over into country Americana, and then it wound up in the bluegrass. And so it stayed in the charts for a long time. And the reason I probably got a dime in my pocket today is this song that I wrote on the Beach Town album, which was far from it was the wrong album to be on, but I was self-produced and I wanted to put it out there, so I did. But it goes like this. It's very much about looking, back at your life. I had the thought, I was coming down from Raleigh to Wilmington with Miss Vicki one year, Vicki Faust, and we were talking, about stuff, and I said, well, I kind of like looking in the rearview mirror. She said, you really ought to write that down, and that's how it was born. So here we go. In G. I woke up this morning, as tired as I could be. All night long I've been wrestling your old memory. Don't know where you came from, don't know how long you'll stay. One thing I'm for sure of, you'll be gone by the break of day. Had the perfect situation, had the perfect compromise. Don't understand the complications. We lost love through the hands of time. Sometimes I think I see you coming up on me from behind. When I look in my rearview mirror at the days we left behind, I go back to the places in my past to see your face and all my memories. And I still feel the softness of your touch. Still call out to you sometimes in the night. I wonder if your dreams came true, like and good to you. I wonder if you still sing harmony. I wonder what it'd be like if I ran into you. I wonder what this old heart would do. since I've seen you. A lot of places I have been, and the highway has been my way. The road's my next of kin. Time lays out before me like a highway in my mind. In my rearview mirror, see the days are left behind. I go back to the places in my past, see your face in all my memories, and I still feel the softness of your touch, still call out to you sometimes in the night. I wonder if your dreams came true, like good to you. I wonder if you still sing harmony. Wonder what it'd be like if I ran into you. I wonder what this old heart would do. I woke up this morning, well, I was tired as I could be. All night long I've been wrestling your memory in my rearview mirror. My memory in my rearview mirror. My memory. Mr. Billy Davidson, and he hadn't heard that one.
I've heard that song.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
good
think
one.
I don't know if I sent that one. Yeah, man. So we got time for one more or what?
We got a couple more, so we probably could do one more and then do the garden party song
right.
there. We got
All
one
right.
more song. I see my daughter Natalie's just showed up with her man and Frank, and we got a really happy dog. He's been hanging out with us all day today, and now he's with his mommy and daddy. He's a pretty happy dog.
You want to try Jerry Reed kind of thing?
Sure, if you want.
All right,
I'm game. I'm game. I can make a fool of myself, just like anybody else.
So I grew up watching Jerry Reed and Chet Atkins, and this is a song that is a departure from my norm, but it was a record. It was what's called a concept album, and the label, Silver Buckle Records, helped me with this, and I was able to capture the Swamp People soundtrack. And I wrote it, and I wrote the theme song, and then Duck Dynasty picked it up. And so it really helped. And Bubbified has 5 number ones on it.
That was on. You made Duck Dynasty? I didn't
Duck
know
Dynasty
that.
and the Swamp People, yeah.
You gotta be kidding me! I
Yeah.
never knew that.
Yeah, that's why
Seriously?
That's why the camo out. That's why it's camo.
How come you're not rich?
I
Damn.
spent it.
Where'd all that money go? Can I have some?
I'll tell you where it went. It went back into promotion. You know, it costs about 15 to 20 grand for an independent artist to have a 20-week promotion on major radio. Talking Music Row, Roots, Billboard, And there's one more, I can't remember what. Oh, we're in E. There's one more chart, and I can't remember what it is right now.
I gotta tell this story too. My friend Robin Fear was here doing a show last year, and she had a talk about. She goes, the odds of what you and I do are so like minuscule. The chances of you being a self-employed musician that can actually own a house and have a family and pay the bills, it's like 0.0010%, right? And then and then for you to like be a Bruce Springsteen, I mean, this astronomical. The numbers are like just crazy. So I'm proud, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of Dave Goodman, and I'm proud of every musician that I know that actually can do this and make a living doing this. We did it. We figured it out. We did.
Somehow. We had help, and so this here, Cates wrote this song. Casey Jones wrote this tune. It's called Bubbified. And, it's 2 minutes and 36 seconds long. So you have to listen to it quick and like it fast, because it ain't going to last long. No college education's gonna teach you what I do. Is that I learned my trade when I got out of school. This blue tick house, this rifle rack, this turbo four-wheel drive. But it don't make me no redneck. I've been bubbified. If I miss church on Sunday, don't pray for my soul. I'll find my salvation down by the fishing hole. Pick olives from the grocery patch, size double wide. But it don't make me no redneck. I've been bubbified. Well, it was a grand procedure. Time with my old man, walking through the woods, working with our hands. It goes back generations. This good blue collar pride. Glory, hallelujah, I've been bubbified. Go cut from quick, stop kills my Monday morning blues. And his long necks on the short check when the working week is through. In dreams I'm driving NASCAR, taking Junior for a ride. But it don't make me no redneck. I've been bubbified. You have. Glory, hallelujah, I've been bubbified. Yeah. Name is Moses. I've been bubbified. That's it. That was another.
Come on back up, Dave.
Right,
Come on, David, get back up here.
Went to a garden party. There's a great garden party, Billy and Cindy's garden party, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And Dave Goodman, wow, gave Dave a hand. He drove down Cardsound Road to get here. Do you want to make it?
I don't really have to. Sing along. Hey, your song Rearview Mirror gave me an idea.
Oh, cool. Good. Okay, yeah.
See my future in the rearview.
That's very apropos.
I like that.
You want to sing? You know the words of this. I don't.
I don't either.
Well, so look, you know more.
He's got lyrics here though.
There you go. You're used to that. I'll fix
All right.
you up here.
So we're at the last song of the night, and I just want to once again thank all the people that are in our audience here tonight, and the people that are watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, and watching.
Tiki Man Radio.
Say that again. Say it loud so they can hear you.
TikiManRadio.com.
Thank you so much for putting us on the radio. That's pretty awesome that you did that for us tonight. Thank you so much for doing it. The name of our show is Billy and Cindy D's Garden Party, and our theme song is this last song we're going to do for you here. And you might recognize it. This was actually, I'll tell the story because this is a really cool story if you don't know much about this song. It was written by Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson was a television star back in the late 50s. He was in a TV show called Ozzie and Harriet, right? And he was also a teen throb. He had a couple of hits. He had a song called Well, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you, right? And he was right up, for a while there. He was as big as Elvis. He was big. He was huge.
Better looking, too.
He was pretty. He was, I guess he was, him and Elvis were,
He had those eyes, didn't he? He had those bedroom eyes. The girls just went,
So he, after the TV show in the 50s, he disappeared for many years. And during the 70s, he grew his hair out, and he had a scruffy beard. And we were all 70s, you know how it was back then in the 70s. And so he's doing a tour. He's doing a tour with Chuck Berry and a few other folks of 50s or 60s revival, whatever. And he decides to break out some new songs. And during the and first of all, the garden party is Madison Square Garden, in case you didn't know. That's where the show was, at Madison Square Garden. So he's doing the show, and he decides to do a version of Honky Tonk Woman by the Stones.
oh,
And the people just, they booed him. They couldn't stand it. It was like, oh my God, this isn't the Ricky Nelson. You know how that goes. Right. You're pigeonholed into some little thing that everybody expects you to be, and you don't want to be that way. So he goes home. He's totally dejected. He's like, oh man, I'm never going to do this again. I don't know what to do with my career. And he sits down and he writes this song called Garden Party. And every line in this story is true. Like, let me just give you a couple examples. So he wants to reminisce with his old friends, and he looks out in the audience and he sees Yoko and her walrus, which is Yoko and John Lennon, of course. And then Mr. Hughes hidden Dylan's shoes. George Harrison was dressed up. He had the skies on, so he didn't want anybody to recognize him. But George was there that night when he got booed off the stage. And then there's I said hello to Mary Lou, which is he's a tribute to his song that he wrote. And he learned his lesson well, and he also an outstepped Johnny Be Good, which is his homage to Chuck Berry, who was there at that show too. So check these words out, listen to it, and you'll have a greater understanding of what a great song this is, and how awesome it was for him to have a #1 hit after being booed off the stage at Madison Square Garden. God bless him. I went to a garden party to reminisce with my old friends, a chance to share old memories, play songs again. When I got to the garden party, they all knew my name. No one recognized me. I didn't look the same, but it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. You see, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. People came from miles around, everyone was there. Yoko brought her walrus, there was magic in the air. And over in the corner, much to my surprise, Mr. Hughes wearing Dylan's shoes and wearing his disguise. But it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. You see, ready now? La da 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 da. I play them all the old songs. Thought that's why they came, but no one heard the music. We didn't look the same. I said hello to Mary Lou, she belongs to me. But when I sang a song about a honky tonk, it was time to leave. But it's alright now. Learn my lesson well. You see, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Here we go, one more time. Someone opened the closet door. Out stepped Johnny B. Good. He was playing his guitar just like ringing a bell, looking like he should. So if you gotta play the garden parties, I wish you a lot of luck. 'Cause if memories were all I sang, I'd rather drive a truck. And it's alright now. Learn my lesson well. You see, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Oh, and it's alright now. I learned my lesson well. You see, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being our part of our show. We will be back here again tomorrow at 4:30 with our special guest, Scott Youngberg. Once again, let's hear it for Dave Goodman and for Chris Bellamy, our special guest.
Master, Mr.
Thank you
Chris
so much for
Bellamy.
watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.